This is the Chinese cooking channel called Chinese Cooking Channel. Today we have a special noodle recipe for you. I'm going to make a pepper beef steak stir fry. We're going to serve it on a bed of crispy noodles, and I'm going to put it on a hot plate. So you have the sizzling and the smell, the aroma. So I have some nice sirloin steak here. It's Canada AAA beef, which is one of the highest qualities of beef in our area. So I'm going to be using a cleaver. So I'll explain why a cleaver is very handy to cut the beef. So we're going to cut the beef very thin here. You know, a lot of times people say when you go to a Chinese restaurant, you're still hungry after you finish eating. That's because the beef, for example, is cut thin, so it looks like there's a lot, but you're not actually eating very much. So I'm going to cut it at an angle like this. So you want large slices. So a lot of the takeout orders, they only put about 4 ounces of beef, and they cut it thin like this, so it looks like there's a lot of beef, but in fact there's not very much. So the cleaver here is actually very useful for cutting meat, but it's also useful with a big surface here. You can also use it to flatten the beef. So it looks like there's even more beef here, right? So even like this, it looks like it's quite a big piece of beef. It's actually cut thin and wide. So when you hit it like this, it looks like you're getting even more beef, eh? How's that? Another trick when you smash the beef, when you hit it, you kind of pull it slightly towards you, but not so far that it actually comes off, but just a slight amount. So when you hit it, you just kind of stretch it out a little bit like that. See? And you flip it over on the other side just to even out like that. See, it's very thin and even. So a trick is just to pull the beef slightly towards you, hit the other side as well, and just pull it towards you so that way it flattens out evenly. So you put the beef into a bowl here. So when you spread it out, there's quite a bit of beef here. Right? So that's enough for 2 orders. So I'm going to marinate the beef now. So I'm going to put about maybe about 3 tablespoons of cooking oil. I have peanut oil here. I'm going to put about 2 tablespoons of light soy sauce. Just like that. Put a teaspoon of sesame oil. And then I'm going to put some cornstarch in there. So I like this brand of cornstarch. It's has real good qualities for thickening sauces and for marinating. So I'm just going to put about a tablespoon in there for this amount of beef. So the cornstarch actually coats the beef, so when you fry it, you have the sauces and everything coating the beef. So next step is just to mix up the beef. So I like to marinate the beef at least for an hour before cooking. You can marinate it overnight if you like. So this will help tenderize the beef. So you'll need about half teaspoon to a teaspoon of black peppercorn. You break up the peppercorn with a knife. I have about a teaspoon of black whole peppercorn. So once you've done that, just give it a good smash. So that's why a cleaver is very handy for this. So it should be semi-crushed. So this is the chow mein that we're using. It's a local company called Tak Fung. So for an order, you probably only need about half a pound. So we'll just put that in the boiling water. So it's been about a minute now, so I'll just take off the noodles right now. Give the noodles a quick rinse in cold water. I got the wok at medium high, and I'm going to put 4 or 5 tablespoons of cooking oil in there. I've got peanut oil going. So we're just going to grill the noodles here. So just flip the noodles over. There we go. So put a little more oil in the center there. This will make the noodles really crispy. So when you flip the noodles, push the noodles towards the front and flip it towards you. That way it will land in the middle, hopefully. Give it one last flip. I got the wok at medium-high, and I'm going to put 4 or 5 tablespoons of cooking oil in there. I've got peanut oil going. So now you see the wok starting to smoke. I'm going to put the ginger and the garlic in. Just do a quick stir fry for about 20 seconds. I'm going to put about 4 ounces of beef in there. You want to get a good sear with the beef. Turn the heat on high, so you want to get good sear with the beef. Then you mix the garlic and the ginger with the beef. So the beef is cooked halfway through, so I'm going to take off the beef and return the beef later on when I finish cooking the dish. So now I'm going to put the aromatics. You got about half an onion there. Then throw in some garlic too and ginger. And just give that a quick stir fry. I got 2 red peppers in there. I'm going to put about a tablespoon of Chinese light soy sauce. Put about a teaspoon of sesame oil for aroma and flavor. I'm going to put about half a cup of water. That's about a ladle full for me. Put the black peppercorn in. I should have actually stir-fried it a bit, but that's okay. Black bean sauce works really well for this dish, so I'm going to put about a tablespoon of black bean sauce. I put a tablespoon of black bean sauce. This is the Lee Kum Kee brand. It's already prepared. So I'm going to put back the beef with the ginger and the juices as well. I got a tablespoon of cornstarch with a 1/3 cup of water. I'm going to mix in to thicken the sauce. So you might need more or less depending how much sauce you want. So give that a final stir fry. In the meantime, I've got this hot plate heated up. It's been going for about maybe 20 minutes. So I put it at high initially and I turned it down to medium. So it should be pretty hot. So I'm going to transfer the noodles that we had fried up onto the hot plate. And I'm going to form a hole in the middle here so the sauce will hit the middle. It's going to sizzle. So I'm going to transfer the hot plate with the noodles. Make sure you don't touch it. It's really hot. So you put the pepper beef with the red peppers and the onions in the middle of the pan here. And then pour the rest on top. There you have it. Beef stir fry with black pepper. Served on crispy noodles. Enjoy. Thanks for checking out my video. Be sure to give me a thumbs up. And also be sure to subscribe for new videos. And also like to thank my viewers for helping me win the top 20 best Chinese food blogs in the world. And I was also awarded the top 40 China YouTube channels in the world. So stay tuned for more!